It is 4 p.m. We're bringing developing news.
And the stories behind the headlines. This is Story Con. I'm Regina Lay.
I'm Ed Lingao. Some stories are watching this Thursday, May 21. The Justice Department has ordered law enforcement agencies to arrest Senator Bato de la Rosa. Justice Secretary Frederick Vida says the International Criminal Court warrant issued against de la Rosa may now be enforced. Vida adds that the former PNP chief is now considered a fugitive from justice. The acting justice chief, however, declined to give details on whether the senator would be taken once arrested by authorities, although Vida says they already have leads on Bato's whereabouts.
Those who might be aiding or abetting or helping Senator Bato evade the law, there are consequences. Alam natin na sa panuntunan ng rule of law may pananagutan. Kung nagtago, hindi lamang po sa mata ng batas ng Pilipinas, pati rin po sa batas ng ICC. Kasi dahil siya isang validly issued arrest warrant,
Interior Secretary John Vic Remulla says the department will follow the DOJ's directive to enforce the ICC warrant of arrest against De La Rosa. Asked by the Philippine News Agency if 10,000 police officers would be deployed, Remulla said the entire 225,000-member Philippine National Police Force could be mobilized. Earlier, Remulla said the agency is preparing a 10,000-person task force to nab De La Rosa. The Philippine National Police under the DILG and the National Bureau of Investigation, or NBI, have been tasked to arrest the senator. This time, moving on to Senator Cheese Escudero, who is now facing another COMELEC probe. Commission on Elections Chair George Garcia said they will conduct a full preliminary investigation into alleged illegal campaign contributions linked to Escudero. The move follows a formal complaint filed by the lawmaker and vlogger Jesus Falsis. Garcia said the commission is required to act on the new filing and that the Law Division now has documentary evidence for evaluation. Escudero has previously denied allegations of illegal campaign contributions during the 2025 polls.
Meantime, Peanut Gallery Media Network founder and CEO Franco Mabanta attended this arraignment at the Pasig City RTC this morning. This is in connection with the extortion case filed by former House Speaker Martin Romualdez. Mabanta and four others were earlier released on bail. They were previously arrested in an entrapment operation and are accused of trying to extort 300 million pesos in exchange for withholding a video linking Romualdez to flood control irregularities.
And turns out some minority senators did check in on their colleagues who were caught up in last week's shooting incident inside the Senate. A source exclusive to Newsfired shared screenshots of a senator's group chat showing messages of concern from members of the minority bloc. Several lawmakers could be seen urging those inside the building to stay safe amid the chaos. And meantime, Senator Ping Lacson took to X, formerly Twitter, to react to Senator Pia Cayetano's out remarks yesterday. He said he didn't see the point of checking in on colleagues and I quote, "Paano mo ba naman kumustahin ang mga saya nagkakainan, nagkakape at naka-FB live pa para pagbintangan ang minority bloc na may alam daw sa putukan ng baril sa Senado." End quote.
It was fascinating watching you struggle.
Hindi naman ako nagsistruggle. I just couldn't read the prompter.
Okay, we will be joined later on by our resident political agitator, Mr. Raul Llamas. I think he's on the way here, but I think right now we already have our editor-in-chief of the Philippine Star, Ms. Ami Pamintuan.
Hi Ed, hi Reg.
Hi, Amy.
At least entertaining yung, hello everybody, at least entertaining yung araw natin ngayon, ano? Walang iyakan ngayon sa Senado, pero nagkakalat yung mga yung mga joke.
Yung mga memes.
Mga crying joke.
Kailan ba hindi naging entertaining? Every day is entertaining. Actually, no. Every day is infuriating.
I mean, did you ever imagine
Oo nga.
that we would look at the Senate in this way, under this kind
Ewan
of a
ko ba?
light?
Ewan ko.
Mga 3 decades ago, nung pa lang ni Salonga.
Noong 3
and-
decades ako, yung crying lady natin, yung nandun sa assassination ni
was
Ninoy
Rebecca
Aquino.
Quijano. Di ba? Rebecca Quijano yun, yung sa
Yung
aeroplano.
with, yung sa airport.
Yung kasabay ni Ninoy, pag-landing ng China
Oo.
Airlines sa NAIA.
Ngayon iba si crying lady, no?
Ngayon, tatlo na silang crying ladies eh.
Oo
Wh-
nga.
What does that mean? Can you imagine a Senate like this? Meaning to say, malayo yung caliber na Senate na to from when you guys were starting to cover the Senate?
I never got to cover the
Binoto
Senate
nyo
as
kasi.
an institution, pero it was
Hindi si Reds, wala siya.
Oh, wala pa ako nun.
kasi nagmalakanya kami ni Ami, and then I went to
Yeah.
the House, but I never covered the Senate. It was kasi compared to the House, the Senate before was a different level eh.
Talagang the best and the brightest yan.
Oo, talagang
Oo.
magtatagisan ng talino yan, tsaka yung mga talumpati, matitindi. And you know,
I read those speeches nga. For
And-
example, kay Salonga. For example, former Senator Benigno Aquino.
parang in many ways, the lower house is always the lower house.
There was a innuendo. Lower house is mababa.
Hindi, local yung lower eh. Yung mga national issues
Yeah, well,
nandun sa Senado.
that's also the reason for that. Kasi these are congressmen, they're elected, of course, for their district interests.
So there was a time when the Senate was seen as the bastion of intelligence
Statesmen.
and competence. Real statesmen.
Yeah. Well, of course, it's not to conclude that they were all statesmen because there were.
Hindi din naman lahat,
Yeah,
pero ano.
there are always rogues
The image
among
was yun na nga.
But on the whole,
Yeah.
hindi yung, not like what it is. For example, on social media, it's become a meme.
A meme.
Right? As Ami was saying.
Can you imagine becoming a meme?
Yeah.
Left, right, and center. Ang
Oo
daming
nga eh.
memes about the Senate. Which are funny,
Wow.
admittedly, but also
Tragic.
tarnishes their reputation a little bit, hindi ba? The fact that people are
A little
outright,
bit daw.
outright laughing at the senators. Parang wala din naniniwala. And
And that's so tragic because, it erodes the image of the institution. It erodes your belief in the institution that used to be a bastion of democracy. I mean, for all its pain, for all its, we have a visitor here.
for all its
For all its
imperfection.
faults,
Yeah.
imperfections in the past, kahit pa parang nakikarry over yan by some of the brilliant minds in the Senate during that time. You could gloss over some of the imperfections. But now it's a bit difficult to gloss over the imperfections because
Ngayon, ngayon yung imperfection, yun na yung rule
Is the-
rather than
is
the
the norm.
exception.
maybe we should
What,
stop bashing.
what do we, I mean, well, that's the thing. I'm trying to be, if we're gonna critique them, let's be objective about critiquing them, di ba? Ano yung diferensya ngayon? Ano yung pagkakaiba is what I'm trying to get at. From when you guys started reporting. So okay, one is everybody was a state. Most
No,
of
not
them,
everybody, not
most of
everybody.
them were statesmen. They could argue and debate and give brilliant speeches. Ano naman ngayon? Ano yung kulang ngayon?
Ikaw, ang tingin mo kung anong kulang ngayon? Ikaw yung mas matanda eh.
Ang daming kulang-kulang.
Kulang-kulang.
Corny mo ha.
Anong oras na?
Ingat ako. Ingat ako, baka mapagalitan ako ng principal.
Napagalitan ka na eh. Tinuturo na yung
Dapat
relo.
politically correct ako eh. At least hindi ako absent ng 2 linggo.
Oh.
Parang kanya kahapon, papagalitan ako pag nagte-text. Pero pag siya yung nagte-text,
Uy, ito.
uy!
May nagpadala ng taco para sa
Ba, oo, paborito ko yan. Ha? Pwede ko.
Ami, may nagpadala ng
Ba't
taco
isa lang?
dito. Bakit isa? Ba't isa lang?
Ba't isa lang?
Ha? Parang ako lang ang nag-iisang sacrificial lamb dito.
Sacrificial lamb? That's how you see yourself?
You see yourself as a lamb?
Oo nga. Mas sacrificial pa.
In wolf's clothing.
Reg,
Oo.
Yes.
Hindi
Sabi
pa
ng
namin
Chinese
nakita
embassy
kahit kailan
in,
na dalawa ang pwedeng
hyenas
aresto
clothing.
na senador
Wait.
for plunder.
Oo.
Hindi kami nakakita ng Senate, 24-member Senate na 4 na magkakapatid You're asking ko ano yung difference
Oo, oo.
Di
So,
kami
ito na
nakakita ng isang
Apat na
senador
pares.
na on the run ngayon, wanted for multiple murder as a crime against humanity. Ganyan. Hindi tayo nakakita ng, ayan, may iniimbestigahan na naman ngayon for misuse of public funds. No? Yung budgeting na hindi pa nga natin natatapos. Yan,
That's
puro
true.
ganyan.
That's
Yeah,
a
there
very
you
strong
go.
answer.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, many of them are being investigated for various crimes. Meron nga yung crimes against humanity, merong
Some of them have been
plunder, merong
May isang
Pamilya, mga
ex-convict dyan.
businesses ng mga kamag-anak.
merong market manipulation, insider trading.
Wow. And considering that there are only 24 members of the Senate,
Yeah.
Pero-
That's the
Di ba?
answer.
Pero walang nakakasuhan for stupidity dahil hindi yung crime eh.
So maybe we need legislation we need to have Teka, paliwanag muna yan. Para saan yan? Ba't meron kang tako? Bakit meron isang tako? Yung producer natin. Bakit may tako to?
Parang identified dito sa isang senador eh.
Trump always chickens out, yun ba yun? Hindi. It's not related to Trump.
Parang related siya sa isang senador.
Ah, okay.
Oo,
Nasa group chat pa yan?
Oo. Habang nagpapanik.
Sinabi na may emoji na may tako dito.
Yes. Kaya...
Hindi ko nakita yun Sabihin mo na kung sino.
Pakita sa camera. Pakita nyo kaya yung
Oh,
screenshot.
baka hindi
Pakita mo na
nila
lang.
maintindihan
Baka hindi
eh.
magets eh.
Pakita nyo, hindi magets eh.
Oo.
Diba? Pakita nyo
Hindi
yung
ko nakita
screenshot.
yun.
Screenshot ng group chat.
Oo, yung group chat. Pakita nyo.
Kaya hindi binate dahil kumakain pa ng tao.
Hindi magets ni principal eh.
Ganun ba yun?
Hoy, gets ko na.
Okay, for those who have not seen the group chat, ito yung group chat ng mga senador kung saan in the midst of the supposed panic over the
Yeah.
bang
Majority
in
and
the Senate,
minority yan.
Oo.
Hindi lang
one of the senators wrote na maglagay ng emoji siya ng tako tapos meron ditong tako
Nga nga.
sa kinatataguan namin.
Oo. Diba? May
Tako ng
privilege
tako,
speech
ha?
na eh. Si Erwin Tulfo. Dahil na-implicate yung minority na wala man lang daw sa kanilang concern. Diba?
Well, that's why naglabasan yung screenshots, right?
Yes.
To show that they did check in on the majority colleagues. But anyways,
Not that it matters kasi dapat na parang sorry pero who cares?
Yun naman ang sinabi ni Ping Lacson.
Teka lang.
Why do we have to care about
Yun ang sinabi ni Ping Lacson. Paano naman kami mga umusta? Kita naman namin, nag-enjoy kayo.
because as Senator
yeah.
Pia said, some of them, she's known for 20 years, 10, 15, 20 years. So I guess may personal dimension
But
na
is that
talaga.
something that you put out in plenary?
She got carried away,
It's
yes.
Si Alan Peter, kilala ko for more than 20 years.
Ah, talaga?
Congressman pa siya.
Oh, wow.
Labanan kay Arroyo.
Kilala mo yun.
Wings Spice Boys pa siya.
Iiyakan yung hindi ka kinumusta.
Pero does it mean na isa-sanction ko? Papalampasin
The drug
ko?
war.
Yung papalampasin ko, yung mga sinabi niya, defending Tokhang? Ibig bang sabihin ay...
Kilala mo rin yung tatay nila,
Yes, pero hindi ako ganun
ka-close.
ka-close. Mas sila Alan dahil nakasama namin sila nung panahon ni GMA, nung impeachment ni GMA.
Spice Boys.
No? Hindi. Erap yun eh. Erap yun. Hindi ko pa siya kilala noon. Dito sa Kwan, sa panahon ni GMA,
Oh.
2 or 3 attempts para i-impeach siya. Nandun sila eh, magkakasama.
Wow.
Even Cheese.
Even back then, 2 to 3
Even Cheese.
attempts to impeach.
Naglaban sila ni Kwanon, ni Cheese Escudero, o para sa usapin ng minority floor leader. Nanalo si Cheese no, at that time. No? Kaya matagal na namin silang kasama. Dahil vice chair kami, yung akbayan, ng Human Rights Committee, na ang chair si Pinoy. Ang vice chair si ETA. Hindi kaya ni Pinoy handlein si ETA dahil mas madaldal sa kanya. So pinapatawag yung party president.
This is Eta Rosales.
Oo, para sa ETA. Doon kami naging close ni Pinoy. Andun na sila Kwanon. Sila Alan.
Oh, kakainin na ni Ed yung taco mo.
Ito bang tako mo?
Can you eat it? Kainin mo naman.
Ito ba may cheese?
Wala eh.
Walang cheese.
Wala eh. Oo,
Naghanap
bakit?
siya ng cheese.
Ito yung tacos na mumurahin. Na wala ka nang TF, mumurahin pa na taco binibigay sa'yo.
Pinidala na nga sa'yo. Kagatin mo daw, my floor director is saying.
Oo.
O, kagatin mo na raw.
Ito ay, tumako, tuto.
What?
Pag sinabihan ako ng principal na tumalon, tatalon talaga ako. Wala.
Oh.
I have nothing to do with that.
i-text
Malutong mo siya.
I-post mo
Uy,
yan,
in fairness,
post
malutong
mo.
siya.
Pwede na, pero wala
Ano,
queso.
with cheese?
Wala queso.
No cheese?
Wala.
No cheese. So, hindi sila nagkasundo dun sa kudeta.
Saka walang,
Kaya no cheese.
saka walang spices. Dami may spices.
Free na nga lang na nagre-reklamo ka pa. I mean,
Come on.
Yan na yung TF mo, ha? Bunta na yan.
For 1 year. For 1 year. Oh. Hindi, yung hazard pay lang sa principal, dapat mas mataas yun eh.
No nga, inuupahan ka pa natin, di ba?
shouldn't I be the one to have hazard pay?
Parang ko yun.
Excuse me lang ha. I mean, tong
Imagine
mga
mo yung,
toxic men na to.
Imagine mo yung,
Ba't bakit plural yun?
Parati kayong magkasama.
imagine mo yung aggravation na nararanasan ko.
I feel it. Ako ang dapat may hazard pay.
Teka, speaking of cheese anyway, anong balita dun sa supposed kudeta?
Alleged
Well, susunod
counter-coup.
na kabanata will be
Nasa
Monday.
11, 12 pa, di ba?
Di ba? Will be Monday. 14th day yan. So, kung matatanggal siya, kung sakali, siya pa rin yung shortest term Senate President. Dahil yung shortest kasi 19 days eh. 1952, something.
Di pa ako buhay nun.
Oo.
No, nga.
Kaya, Kwan,
Ano, ano yung 1952? Hindi namin alam yun.
sabi nga ni Erwin Tulfo,
Bicameral ba yung 952 o? Oo, unicameral pala. Hindi, bicam na yun.
Bicam na yun.
Yan, di ko na alam yun.
sabi nga ni Erwin Tulfo kanina, ay ongoing pa rin ito. Itong
Ito ang margin eh.
attempt to change the Senate leadership. Dahil nga majority of one eh. Kasi sinasabi niya, it can change overnight.
11 versus 12.
Kahit naman mas malaki yung margin, it can change overnight naman talaga as we saw with Cheese and Mig Zubiri. It can
Yes.
change
Saka hindi na
anytime naman
makakaboto
talaga.
ngayon si Bato. Wanted na siya. Kung sakaling magkaroon ng change of leadership, out na siya. Out of the equation siya.
But I mean, what I understand is Aplaska has not been suspended because the Senate has refused to accept or receive the
Narususpend na
suspension
daw.
order. Parang as of yesterday, the Senate refused to receive the suspension order.
Eventually,
Alam ko
they
pinal-
received it.
Alam ko pinalitan na siya.
Oh,
Okay.
Well, pinalitan na siya, suspended, and then pinalitan na by
Another
Pinalitan
head
na.
ng-
May pangalan ng binigay yan. Nakalimutan ko lang yung pangalan.
it starts with the
May
M
kapalit
din.
na siya.
Oo. Which some people pointed out was used to be city administrator under in Taguig. So, under the Cayetanos.
Pinalitan na
Tao
siya.
talaga.
Daw. I haven't checked it for myself.
Pag naging Senate President ako, si Manny Mogato ang gagawin kong
Hindi pwede yun.
head ng security.
Hindi pwede yun.
Bakit?
Gigising mo yung parati.
Oo. Hindi, mag-uutos lang naman siya. Pabibigyan ko siya ng kwarto sa
Hindi,
Senate.
paano nga yan? Paano nga yan, Ronald?
Malapit
Out
sa
of the
kantin.
equation na sa botohan si Bato. You have
Unless-
to vote in person for the leadership.
Unless-
But
nandun
they
siya.
changed the rules.
Or change
Diba
na yung
sa-
rules.
diba sa-
Hindi pa. Hindi pa approve
Kaya-
yung rules na yan.
Kaya nga.
Kaya
Ayun,
you
si
still have
Manalo
to
niya
be
si
there in person.
Halimbawa,
kung
kung may-
sakaling magbotohan, paano yan? Hindi na siya makakapunta dyan.
Oo nga. Dahil ngayon, talagang gwardyado na siya. No?
Unless
Gwardyado na
nga,
siya.
they changed the rules. Diba the discussion is
Ni Marcoleta.
papalitan impeachment rules to allow Bato
Hindi
to
na-approve
vote.
Hindi siya approve
Hindi, pero iba kasi yung sa impeachment, iba yung sa Senate presidency.
Yeah.
Parang may principle kasi dyan na pag major decisions, kailangan present ka. No?
Present
Halimbawa,
ka, in
major
person, kaya nga
bills
sumipot
or
si
Senate
Ronald
Teka lang,
De La Rosa.
yes, I get that yan yung principle, pero po-point out ko lang that they smuggled Bato in and let him escape. So anything goes in this Congress is my point. You know what I mean? They could also very well change the rules to say, well, pwede na ang Zoom voting, for example. Diba?
But you have to vote
Oo,
for
pero
it.
that's
Sinong boboto
stretching,
dyan?
that's
Kulang na nga
stretching
sila
it
ng
too
isa
much.
ngayon.
No? Yung kay Bato kasi, hindi naman kanyon eh. Ibig sabihin, nakaboto siya dahil present siya. Di ba? Ibig sabihin, the rules pa rin yan, na pag major na decision, Ibang usapin yung pinatakas
You have
siya.
to be there.
Paano nga may gray area, yung pinapoint out ni Ed, na confusing yung statement ng presidente na hihintayin yung 72 hours bago siya hulihin.
Yes.
Ang interpretation ng iba ay hindi siya pwedeng hulihin anywhere.
Yeah.
Sabi ng iba,
Yeah.
hindi siya huhulihin sa loob ng
Yeah.
Senate.
It's
no?
gray. It's gray area.
Yeah.
But do you need to change the Senate rules, a majority vote?
Yeah.
Hindi mo mababago
paano
yun.
yan? Kulang na nga ng isa.
Nasa kwan na yun, nasa basic law na ng land yun. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin, oy, pwedeng bumoto 1/3. Hindi mo na pwedeng baguhin yun. Talagang
Oo,
majority
hindi na
majority
pwede.
vote talaga. No?
No, we're talking about yung the
Halimbawa, sa
presidency,
impeachment,
we're
2/3
talking
talaga yan.
Nasa Constitution yun eh. Walang kaso nun. But I'm talking about the internal rules of the Senate eh. The internal rules of the Senate are governed by rules agreed upon by the majority.
Oo, pero hindi mo
Kaso
pwedeng
nga, asa na
baguhin yung majority
mo,
vote.
nabawasan na nga ng isa.
No, parang, ano yan, dictatorship? No, a minority can vote. And
Yeah. No, what I mean to say is that if they do want to push the idea of allowing, for example, online voting with
Aakyat
regard
yan.
to
Aakyat na sa Supreme Court. Magiging justiciable yan. No? Sasampahan ng kaso yan. Pwede ba yan? No? Nasa principle ba yan ng ating democracy? Nasa principle ba yan ng ating konstitusyon? No? Yung ganun ba? At least magiging justiciable action yan. No? Hindi yan motu proprio, didesisyonan lang ng Senado.
I'm not talking about impeachment. I'm talking about
Yeah.
To change the rules of the Senate.
Taking putting to a vote kung sino yung-
Manuel Parlade is the Sergeant at Arms. OIC
Yeah.
pa lang ngayon. Hindi pa confirmed.
Ano ba yan, General Parlade yan? Yung tumakbong presidente.
I saw him post about it. Parang relative talaga niya.
kamag-anak
I saw him post nung Parlade was named
Ano kanyon?
Sergeant at Arms.
Kanyon, mga enforcer yan ni Digong, si General Parlade. Nag-advocate nga yan ng revolutionary government dati.
Pwede na naman
Oy,
tayo sa
Bok.
Repcov.
There, ang ating module naghihintay. Si Merimon Reyes in the Senate is being to bring her in. Merimon, anong bago dyan sa Senate investigation to the May 13 shooting?
Bok, sa ngayon, ang inaabangan natin ay yung magiging plenary next week kasi yung interpellation proper and other questions and queries tungkol dyan, na-defer siya ng Senado until the session next week. Ang nasabi sa atin kanina ni Senator Erwin Tulfo sa isang call interview sa kasama ang media, for them, still, ang gusto talaga nila dito ay clarification, lalo na kung question on accountability. Kasi ang tanong nila, paano raw kung sakaling may mangyaring malala ulit na totoo in the future? Ano raw ang SOP pagdating dyan? Trained daw pa talaga yung OSAA personnel sa pag-handle to. Yung hawak daw ng firearm, bakit daw may gun? Paano raw ba talaga dapat i-handle the situation? Kaya nga si Senator Rafi Tulfo rin, ang gusto niya rin ay magkaroon ng comprehensive training yung OSAA personnel. On the other hand, ang na-share din naman sa atin ni Senator Tulfo so far, kagabi daw sa All Members Caucus, hindi na pag-usapan yung sa case ni Sao General Aplasca. Pero kung sakali raw na tuloy-tuloy o kapag katuloy-tuloy raw na hindi pinapansin ng legislative body yung gusto raw ng ehekutibo, pwede raw mauwi ito sa constitutional crisis. Kasi nga natanong pa ni Senator na si General Aplasca, nakita niya pa raw kahapon. Kasi kahapon namin siya na interview tungkol doon sa sinasabing flight daw yung CCTV footage. So, he's actually hoping na magkaroon na ng accountability talaga tungkol dyan. Bo.
Merimon, what else came out of the All Senators Caucus kahapon? Do we have more details?
Yes. So hindi nila napag-usapan yun. What's clear is they were ironing out yung magiging kalendaryo ng Senado Central. And ang tansya talaga nila by July 6, so pre-saw na raw, mayroon ng impeachment trial na mangyayari. And ang nakikita nila ngayon, 5 days out na raw ang trabaho nila. So Monday morning ng July 6, around 10 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. regular session daw ito. Tapos magkakaroon daw ng break na 1 oras. And then 2 p.m. hanggang sawa, impeachment trial. Tuesday and Wednesday, ang schedule lang nito is 3 o'clock in the afternoon hanggang magsawa, impeachment trial. Kasi raw baka raw pagod, anong oras daw abutin yung pag-start ng impeachment ng Monday. Kaya 3 p.m. ang Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, walang impeachment trial, pero ang araw na ito ay para sa session and consideration so sakaling may mag-schedule. Friday, pwede rin daw kung may magpapaschedule na committee hearings or kung may motions na pending sa floor na kailangang atupagin. So, ang pinaka-holiday sa nila, or ang pinaka-break lang nila ay Saturday and Sunday.
So twice a week. Tama ba? Did I hear correctly?
Right a week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, wala.
Wala.
So Marymon, wala silang long-term adjournment, no? Before the next regular session?
Ito yung adjournment nila sinag-year. So that's around June.
Oh,
Kaya nga.
early
so,
June.
ang importante
Tatrabaho sila.
Yes.
Oh,
and-
tatrabaho sila.
Yes, ang sabi kasi magkahiwalay ang function ng Senado bilang impeachment court and legislative body. So pwedeng
Yes.
tumawid kahit during the break yung impeachment court.
Yeah. Yun nga, sui generis.
Marymon, bukod ako sa ibang story naman, na anong balita dyan sa mga alyansa sa Senado? You know what I mean?
Bo, kanina, kinukulit din natin doon sa call itong si Senator Erwin Tulfo kung yung talks ba ng kudeta ay nag-die down na or hindi. Ang sabi ni Senator Erwin, manipis lang kasi yung margin, yung pagitan ng minority at majority.
Yun yung sinasabi
So
ko
11 kung 13, 12 or 13. So minus 1 kung 12 lang since wala si Senator Bato. So nakaka-slow down. And ang ibig sabihin lang naman daw, kaya walang kudetang nagsasaksib ay dahil hindi pa raw nakukuha yung numero. So ongoing pa daw yun. Tinanong ko kasi ulit siya, so tuloy pa rin mo ba ang talks sa kudeta? Sabi ni Senator Tulfo, ongoing ito. Nagtanong ako kung may pinipiliti na ba sila para magsipat-tapos. Ang huli kasi nagsabi ni Senator Tulfo, yung pamangkin niya ang pinipiliti. Ang alam niya as of now, sila daw sa minority ito, while sa majority, wala pa raw silang lakas may gustong makianib sa minority. So then again, we'll still wait kung magkakaroon na ng motion sa session next week.
I guess it goes both ways eh. Baka walang gusto sa majority na mag-minority o kaya naman walang gusto sa minority dun sa gustong tumalon from majority.
Ayaw ng minority sa mga gustong tumalon. Which is what,
Or
version
yung,
of what we heard.
or yung gustong tumalon, gusto maging Senate President.
I heard
Oh,
that
yun
too.
nga.
Oo.
Yun nga,
Na
tapos ayaw ng iba.
Hindi palatable sa minority.
Tawag nila, classic na kanyan, classic na kain suka.
So
So you're looking at 11 versus
Marymon,
12.
may update yung iyakan? May new episode ba doon sa iyakan?
Ang nasabi dyan ni Senator Rizon Tives. Actually, after kasi nung session, may photo opportunity kasi na kasama yung mga athletes na kinilala. Magkatabi din doon itong si Senator Risa at saka si Senator Risa. So, hindi sila nag-usap, pero ang nasabi naman ni Senator Risa, since nagkaroon ng all-member caucus, nakatabi din naman daw sila, na itawid naman daw nila ng maayos yung naging meeting. So, wala naman na tayo nakita pa so far na ibang drama. And kilorek din naman, or clarify ni Senator Risa yung context, sinasabi niya, hindi raw pwedeng tumilos o mag-action ang Senado ngayon na para bang walang nangyari.
Walang reaction doon sa post ni Senator Lacson. Yung pinaka-latest
Ako,
niya kung
wala
bakit
pa.
yeah. And wala pa rin reactions to the Supreme Court decision on the TRO.
Ang sinabi, si Senator Pina, ang nasabi niya tungkol doon, paano raw ba kukumustahin yung mga masasayang nagkakainan, okay, at like, para raw pagbintangan ang minority bloc na may alam daw sila doon. And so far, ang hindi naabangan dito talaga natin is yung opportunity to have info. And kind of self-fulfill ngayon, so far wala pa nakuha info from his end, especially sa case ni General Ablasca, yung moving forward, ano ang gagawin nila. Pero doon naman sa case naman, no announcement naman ng DOJ, ang nakuha pa lang natin is yung statement ng Senator Rizon Tiveros, sinasabing the rule of law raw should always prevail at dapat manaigo respeto sa batas legal process. And may panawagan ulit si Senator Risa na igalang daw ang batas, mag-submit at saka makipagtulungan daw sa mga alagad at proseso. And she was praying for the peaceful and lawful na solution ng sitwasyon na naka-apekto raw sa marami pang institusyon at sa bansa.
Pero going to Regis' question kanina, dun sa TRO decision ng Korte Suprema na denied ang petition for TRO, any word from the majority senators as to whether or not think that means Bato can be arrested anytime now that the TRO petition has been denied? So like for example, kung si Bato, by any chance, by some miracle, biglang bumalik dyan.
May order na eh. May order na for his arrest.
Yeah. Ganun yan. Kung poprotektahan ulit ng Senado, sasabihin ng Senado na, hindi pwedeng ano yan. Kailangan, like what happened last week.
Oh, pero dito kasi very clear na eh.
But
ang isang matatagpagan
any
po-
opinions from the majority senators on that regard?
Bok, so far ngayon wala pa. Ang isang inaabangan din natin dito is kung ilalatag ba ng majority or ng liderato yung Senate Protected Custody naman. Pero still, wala kasi ngayon sa Senate ng Senator Bato, Senator Robby Padilla is not talking about it. And kung kahapon yung pagbabasihan, kay filing pa ng motion for reconsideration, Senator Torreon. Pero since bago na nga ang hospital DOJ and considering that fugitive na raw ito si Senator Bato, we're still waiting pa for the next move ng Senate.
Pero Marimon, related sa tanong ni Ed, no? Ay nag-press ko na ba si Senator Alan Peter tungkol dun sa TRO issue ng Supreme Court? Meron na ba siyang sagot doon? Dahil usually, ang bilis niya eh. Minsan in one day, nakakatatlo siyang press con eh. No? So, since lumabas yan, ay wala pa siyang statement?
Wala pa. Nung, for example, nung isang araw, nung nag-play up, yung JLG nag-dispute and katabayan ng sesyon. Doon, sabi ni S.P. Cayetano, supposedly may briefing daw kami after. Pero the next day, naghintay kami, wala rin pa. And up until today, wala pa tayo nakukuha ang briefing from the leadership.
Saka Marimon, may statement si Frederick V. Niya ngayong ordering the arrest. Kung sino man daw ang tutulong kay Senator Bato na magtago, will also be held accountable.
Yeah.
Okay. Wala rin yun. Naghihintay din tayo na reaction
Yeah.
doon.
At Marimon, dalawa yung lalabagin nila, yung Supreme Court at saka yung Executive. Yun yung kakalabanin nila kung sakaling hindi sila papayag na hulihin si Bato kung sakaling bumalik siya dyan.
And ang huling nakausap natin regarding dyan ay si Senator Robin Padilla. Ang sabi niya nalulungkot nga raw siya dahil nga dinenay yung TRO na pinagdarasal ng Kamara ng Senator Bato. And while hindi siya nagsasalita sa whereabouts ni Senator De La pinag-check niya sa kanya yung sakyan and sinasabi niya na naghihintay pa raw siya kung may mag-imbita sa kanya na fact-finding body for investigation or law enforcement agencies ka na mag-investiga sa nangyaring pagtakas ni the so-called accused ni Senator Bato from the Senate premises. Pero for now, hindi rin pa natin nahagilap bilang mga senador sa Senado. So, if hindi natin makukuha din sa pag-try makontak, maybe sa session next week.
Yeah. Okay. We'll keep monitoring that, of course, but we'll leave that there. Thank you so much for your updates. Mobile journalist Marimon Reyes.
Salamat, Marimon.
Thanks, Marimon.
Thanks, Marimon.
You are watching Storycon on One News. We just need to take a very quick break. We'll be right back. Please stay with us.
We've got developing news in the stories behind the headlines. Welcome back to Storycon, the Story Conference. I'm Ed Lingao.
And I'm Regina Lay, still with us. Ami Pamintun of the Philippine Star and Ronald Llamas, a resident political
Agitator. Perpetrator.
perpetrator. Heckler.
Kinuha sa ubo eh.
Also joining us this afternoon, constitutional law senior professor at the UP College of Law, Attorney John Molo. Welcome to Storycon, Attorney.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon,
Hi,
attorney.
attorney.
You wrote an article recently saying that now that with Senator De La Rosa has escaped, the senators that helped him could also be liable to be given warrants of arrest. Could you talk us through that thinking?
Oh, yeah. So the article was about essentially how all of this that happened was really unnecessary and with respect to it, a self-inflicted injury. So we have heard from many experts, far more seasoned than me. There was no such thing as protective custody to begin with, and yet they decided to extend it to their colleague. And what is that they were willing to extend custody and concomitantly responsibility over the person that is now subject of arrest warrant. Now that he's gone, then it is rightful to ask for those in charge of enforcing the warrant, where is he? And there's only one person who can answer, or one institution who can answer that question right now. That would be the Senate.
You mean to say legally there's no such thing as protective custody naman talaga?
No,
Legally.
that was never of dispute, actually. That's one of the things that was really confounding about the entire episode, that they extended protective custody is what you do for witnesses. Senator De La Rosa is not a witness. He's actually the subject of an arrest warrant. So if in the parlance of, for example, people in DOJ, they extend protective custody to their witnesses. So the Senate extending protective custody to a colleague, that's new. That's surprising.
Attorney, given, pero pumayag yung mga law enforcers. Tawag nila gentleman's agreement. Tapos binanggit pa nila na may utos ang presidente na hindi siya huhulihin dun sa 72 hours. So yan ang ginagamit na argument naman nitong mga senador, especially Alan Peter, na nagbigay ng protective custody. Ikalawa, ang argument nila, wala pa namang sagot sa TRO eh. So nung tumakas siya, ay hindi pa siya fugitive. No? So, hindi ba liable din dyan yung law enforcers? Ba't sila pumayag?
Hindi lang law enforcers,
Precisely.
policymakers and the executive.
Yes.
Tama po kayo dyan, precisely. Kasi what you describe, yung gentleman's agreement, that's politics. Right? Politics does not change the effect of the law. Iba yung usapang politika sa kung ano yung liabilities mo under the law. So, kung police
Pero
ka,
actually, attorney, ang nagsabi dyan si President Marcos.
Opo.
Eh.
Opo, that's same
Yeah.
night.
Talked about it at 11 in the evening. Sinabi
11
niya,
in the evening, which is a different...
Inutusan ko yung NBI eh.
Yeah,
Sabi
he
niya,
was
inutusan
talking
niya
about the
NBI at 4 in
NBI.
the afternoon.
Yes.
At 4 in the afternoon, inutusan niya. Paglabas daw nung na walang order ng Supreme Court, na yung merong order pero hindi TRO, inutusan na niya NBI, wag niyong arestuhin.
Yeah.
Paano yun? That's the commander-in-chief, that's the president of the republic.
At that point, when the president actually spoke to do that, then you can use that as a defense. But then again, if we go back to the law, the obligation was there already in the law. Now, for the people who refused to implement the law at the time that they were obligated to, maybe they can use the president's statement as their defense in trial. But the obligation remains, di ba? Parang at the same time, yung sinasabi nila na wala pang TRO daw, so wala pang desisyon sa TRO. Yeah, but just by filing a petition, I mean sa aming mga abogado,
Yeah.
just by filing a petition, you're not entitled to relief.
Yeah, yeah.
Ang masusunod pa rin yung batas,
Yeah.
di ba?
Pero Prof, I think what you're trying to drive at here is this. Of course, on one hand, baka may liabilities or obligations or accountabilities yung mga kumupkop kay Bato doon sa Senado. But on the other hand, mukhang may accountability din yung mga those who figured that let's put aside first the enforcement of the law and look first at the political practicalities of the circumstances of that night. Of course, talking about the executive, the law enforcement, and so on down the line. So parang pare-pareho sila may obligasyon at accountability.
Yeah, that's why I pointed out in my article that, I worked for several senators before when I was a younger lawyer. I mean, I've been exposed to this arena before. That's why what I pointed out in my article was that perhaps there should have been better legal guidance for the other senators when these options were presented to them. Yung complete staff work, napaka-importante yan, especially kung mayroong legal implications yung hinihingi sa inyo. So, yun yung punto ko dun sa article, yung punto de vista ba na na-weigh ba talaga yung legal risks ng bawat isang principal dito? Kasi delikado tong pinasok ninyo, not just domestically but internationally.
Although, attorney, baka kasi at this point already, I mean, so many years down the line since the interpretation of the law had become so muddled, baka the legal implications is not as important anymore to some people as against the practical considerations.
Dahil attorney,
Yeah,
kahit
that's
ang
true.
Supreme
That's
Court
true. I
kasi,
mean, especially after the last 6 years where a lot of people got away with impunity, di ba? That's why it's very important today that we go back to what the law actually says, not what we got used to over the past 6 years of doing. I think that's very important.
Yeah.
pero di ba, attorney, the ones who interpret the law with finality is the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Yes.
At the Supreme Court, as we have seen this past years, has been very imperfect itself. No? So, saan hahanap ng succor yung mga katulad nyo
Wow.
na sinasabi na respect the law when even the leading members of our judiciary parang masyadong maraming gray area.
Well, sa akin kasi, I mean, over the past 6 years, di ba? I mean, every day may, lalo na, nung when I was an IBP officer, we encounter so many lawyers getting killed. We needed help during that time because I think magpas kami ng 80 napatay na lawyers during that time, di ba? So masakit sa loob talaga namin yung nangyayari noon. Now, to your point, saan tayo dudoon? Well, it really creates the impetus for us to learn to choose better leaders. Kasi ang gap na nangyari sa atin over the past 6 years, yung presidente mo ang hindi sumusunod sa batas, siya din nag-a-appoint ng mga mag-i-implement ng batas. So I think doon tayo nagkaroon ng vulnerability in terms of our own institutions.
Attorney, you also have quite a bit of experience dealing with the Supreme Court, and I've been asking this question for a few days, which is yung voting na 951 on the motion by Senator De La Rosa. I wonder if you could give us insight into how that could have played out internally, anong klaseng mga debates they had, and is there an internal doctrine that guides the Supreme Court when it comes to TRO decisions? What was missing in this case?
Specifically, attorney, ano yung main essence ng argument nung 5 at nung 9? Kahit wag na yung
Okay.
isa.
I'm not privy kung ano nangyari sa Supreme Court conference. But to your point, Reg, there is a document called the Internal Rules of Procedure of the Supreme Court. Okay, hindi siya masyadong inaaral ng normal na abogado kasi it's really focused on how the Supreme Court runs its docket inside. So, to me, having gone through that and actually worked in the institution, 951 decision tells me a divided court. Kino-compare ko siya doon sa mga decision recently na lumabas like the Sara petitions on her impeachment. Medyo hindi kasing solid yung boto. 12 of our current Supreme Court members were appointed by President Duterte. 2 were by President Aquino and then 1 by President Marcos, BBM. So if you go by the usual count, then dapat siguro 12-1 ang boto. Yet we have 951, which is very telling to me that this is a very divided court. How divided? Since this is just about the TRO, perhaps it's possible that some members felt that the petitioner had not created a very good argument in terms of whether it is justifiable for the Supreme Court to intervene and give him a TRO. Hindi pa kasi yung main point yung main petition. Pero ang tanong kasi right now, dapat ba makialam na kami? Ang sabi ng Supreme Court, mukhang hindi naman kailangan. We can still hear the entire case first and maybe just decide later on. Yun ang message ng 951.
But I'm sure the Supreme Court is also conscious of the fact that in denying or dismissing the TRO petition, government can move in and take Mr. Bato out of the country, by which time everything else, including the main case, will be moot.
Moot and academic.
Yes. The Supreme Court is not a herd. I mean, they have text messages, they have access to social media, and of course, they're very intelligent people. But then again, let's go back to the context. Ang humingi ng interim relief, as powerful as a TRO, against the executive branch enforcing an arrest warrant is asking for extraordinary interference in the executive. So ang wini-weigh dyan ng korte is this one of the instances that we interfere. So ngayon, sa kanilang estimation, this is not one of those instances that we should swoop in and then interfere with the function of the executive.
Actually, attorney, yung case na yan was the original petition filed 14 months ago.
Yeah.
It took the Supreme Court 14 months to decide on the part lang sa TRO na against the arrest, ano?
Yeah. Hindi
Di
pa
ba significant din yon na the Supreme Court was actually giving the executive a lot of leeway to act based on its own discretion, hindi ba?
Yes, Ma'am Amy. Actually, nung fact na nag-issue pa nga ng 72 hours to comment to the Solgen,
Yeah.
ang immediate comment ko doon, that's practically a signal to the executive. You have 72
Do what
hours
you want, di ba?
to arrest this guy.
Correct.
Parang ganun ang ibig
Di ba?
sabihin nun.
Do what
Kasi
you
walang
want
legal
yun
impediment eh.
Correct. Oo.
Oh.
Pero
Tama
anong
yun,
tingin niyo, attorney?
Nakakapagtaka yung
Bakit
sinabi ni
nag-hesitate
President
yung
Marcos,
executive?
wag mo, hintayin niyo muna yung ano.
Ay, hindi lang po kayo nagtataka, kaming mga abogado din. I mean, there are lawyers who are advocating for the petitioner and that's their job.
Yeah.
Okay. For me kasi, it's really about, simple lang, ano ba nakalagay sa batas. So, on my end, nagtataka din ako. Kasi parang sinabi ng Supreme Court, okay, humingi ka ng
Walang
TRO, I'm gonna give you one.
Yeah.
So, ano hinihintay natin? Parang ganun ang...
The defense
Teka.
the defense team of Senator De La Rosa, led by Attorney Israel Torion, has issued a statement saying they will file an MR, a motion for reconsideration. What are the chances that based on an MR that they could change this decision? And secondly, what other legal remedies are available to them? Because I know that the strategy is to keep filing cases at the Supreme Court. They think that's their last resort. But what other legal remedies are available?
Right. So, that's their job, okay? So, if you have a client, you file whatever pleading you need to. But you're looking at a 951 decision. So, ilang boto ba pipitisin mo para ma-reverse yung majority na yan? 9 versus 5. Kasi yung isa abstention. So, hindi mo naman pwedeng asahan bumaliktad pa yan on your MR. Medyo substantial yung hinihingi nila na bumaliktad na boto sa Supreme Court. 9 versus 5. What other legal remedies? The MR is it.
Yeah.
So they have to follow that route, and I don't blame them because they really have to exhaust all the remedies. But the fact remains, there is a warrant. There's no legal impediment. So as it stands, the only thing that's really stopping the law from being complied with is political will.
We said that yesterday.
Kaya nga.
We said that on the show.
Hindi makita si Bato. Hindi na makita.
In
Nakawala
this
na.
day and age,
Nakawala na si Saldi ko nga. Hindi natin makuha.
okay. Sir Ronald kung nasaan. I mean, in this day and age,
Prof, I'm sure everybody's trying to, look for indicators, Supreme Court, on how it would eventually rule on some main case, on whether the Philippine government can still cooperate with the ICC in enforcing a warrant of arrest against Senator Bato, and so on down the line. Okay. Yung decision sa dismissal ng TRO, could that be used as an indicator of any sort, or no, that's too premature?
well, what's interesting about this TRO is that how both sides, the petitioner and the Solgen, actually placed the main substantive arguments in front already. Yung iba kasing litigation, ang nangyari, kung pwede lang bang gibayin for now yung bahay ng bulldozer. Tapos yun lang tutok, regardless kung sino may-ari ng lupa. Dito, pinasok nila, both sides, pinasok na rin yung substantive arguments nila sa discussions regarding the TRO. So, because of what was submitted to the court and decided 951, if I were on the side of the senator, who is now a fugitive, I have a lot of work to do.
You have a lot of worrying to do,
Work.
Work to do.
and worrying, I suppose.
Work to do.
Work
Yes.
to do.
There's a lot of work to do. Kasi,
Attorney, pwede bang halimbawa, naaresto na si Senator Bato, moot na yung pwede bang hindi na lang aksyonan ng Supreme Court yung main issue, yung
Yeah.
about the ICC, kasi sabihin niya, ano pa magagawa natin dyan, di ba? Because they've done that, halimbawa, in the case of ERA planning for president again. Di na sila nag-rule doon kasi sabi nila moot, di ba? Pwede bang
They did it
gawin
for
nila
ERA.
yung case? Oo, nandun na sa wala namang, hindi na may babalikan ng ICC sa atin kung saan sakali.
That's true because they did that for Erap twice when he ran for president and when he ran for mayor.
Yeah.
They could have decided those cases, but na-overtake ng events. And in a supreme irony, they did that in Pangilinan versus Cayetano. In essence, they declared it moot when we withdrew from the ICC kasi yun nga, moot na lang. Supreme irony kung maging moot din to because now it's bato, right?
Yeah.
So,
When you say both sides put the main argument front and center, you're talking about international law versus local law. So the
Yeah.
Solgen argued that international law forms part of the law of the land. The other side argued na they no longer have jurisdiction. I mean, as an observer, do you think is Senator De La Rosa getting the correct legal advice here? Because the other side of it as well is when you think about what happened over the past weeks or so, in a way, his actions have weakened the case of Duterte at The Hague. Because remember, one of the reasons that the ICC pretrial chamber denied his interim release was it said that they still have a network of people here who are willing to help them evade accountability.
And who are very powerful.
no. Well, you know, I have to decline to comment on the legal strategy of a fellow lawyer. However, I could still answer the question with respect to the political advice. Because what I really cannot understand here is how much Bato was allowed, the senator was allowed, to undermine his own case and his own standing as compared to 2 weeks ago
Yeah,
by his own allies.
yeah.
Right? So he filed a petition, he asked for a TRO from the Supreme Court, and while that was ongoing, they gave him protective custody. What did that do? That removed the urgency, that removed the clear legal right for the guy. Kasi protective custody nyo na eh. So sasabihin ng korte, kung ganyan naman pala, wala naman palang danger sa kanyang liberty kasi kinukup na.
There's no
He was allowed to leave the
extraordinary-
Senate. What's the effect on that? There's no more injury or feared injury. There's no more deprivation possible. Diba? And then finally, when he was allowed to escape, fugitive disentitlement doctrine na mag-a-apply. I mean, if I were the senator or even his relatives, mainis ako kasi parang we were better off 2 weeks ago than we are today.
He would have had
Yeah.
maybe greater chances to get that TRO.
Yeah, but the series of events that were allowed, they just made it more difficult for any court.
Yeah.
Because they even allowed him to be interviewed several times.
Yes.
And those interviews were broadcast, and several of those statements prejudices his own case. You cannot say on live TV that sino namang tanga ang magpapahuli. Tapos may petition ka to nullify a warrant or to stop a warrant against you. I mean, that's very unfortunate.
Attorney, nung December 2020, sa isang obiter, naglabas yung Supreme Court ng opinion na dun sa Pangilinan versus Cayetano issue, na may jurisdiction ang ICC sa Pilipinas doon sa kaso na na-file bago tayo umalis. And as a treaty, it has the power of a local law. Hindi lang siya international law. So, wala na bang kwenta yan dito sa mga usapan ngayon? Siya yung obiter lang? Wala, hindi ba siya pinagkasama rito as a term of reference? But paulit-ulit pa rin sinasabi ng Senate President na walang jurisdiction? No?
Well, again, medyo malinaw naman yung batas and may tatlong nag-a-apply dito. First of all, the Constitution under Article 2, Section 2 makes all generally accepted principles of international law or jus cogens or customary international law part of the law of the land. So by virtue of the Constitution, kasama pa rin yung mga customary international law. Then we have 9851, right? So that also applies. And then customary international law itself will apply. I understand the Senate President in what he's trying to do, but that does not change the status of the law. Malino na.
And then, Attorney, can you also comment on what Attorney Bondoc said na pwede naman daw abogado ang tumanggap ng arrest warrant on behalf of their client? Is that true?
No, that's not true.
Was quick.
Walk us through how it work.
The answer is clear. That's not true. That's why, but okay. A lot of the confusion right now arises not because lawyers are inconsistent, but rather there should be a difference between what the law actually says and when a lawyer is now advocating or sharing pure opinion on what the law should mean. So when you ask me, under the law, are lawyers allowed to just accept the warrant and not, I mean, pwedeng circumvent yung warrant na lawyer lang haharap? That's not true. Hindi.
Oh, siyempre, inaaresto mo yung tao
But-
eh. Ano ba naman yan?
So what does the law
it's
say
not
about
a demand
that?
letter. It's not a demand letter na tatanggapin ko,
You're arresting the
pag-iisipan na.
person.
It's not
Our warrant is directed to a law enforcer to detain a person and bring before a court.
To get the person. Yung
So,
warrant.
Yes.
so
Attorney,
hindi rin kailangan ipakita muna sa abogado ni Senator De La Rosa yung warrant. There's no
Hindi.
requirement.
Yung arrest
no.
rin.
Again, no. I mean, let's. There are baselines in law. There are baselines in law. There's the rules of court. Okay, malinaw yan. Actually, tinturo yan para pumasa ng bar. So, medyo importante na yung baselines. Solid tayo.
Baka-
A police officer doesn't even need to bring the physical
Yeah.
copy of the original
Yeah.
warrant when making the arrest.
That's Section
Right?
7 of Rule 113.
May baseline kami. Hindi naman lahat pwedeng
Yeah.
i-inventohin namin just
Well,
may
baka
under the
pwede
rules of
naman,
legal
if
ethics,
attorney.
we have to
Teka lang,
adhere to what the law actually says.
if not physical warrant, then what are they allowed to bring during the
The actual original na may original ink sign,
can
but
be a
they can bring
photocopy.
copy.
Oh, okay, got it.
They just have to be able to present the
certified,
the
Yes.
warrant after
Yeah.
the arrest is made.
Baka pwede naman, attorney, na i-receive nung lawyer, lalo na kung yung lawyer kasama sa warrant.
Well, yeah. She's receiving it for
Hindi
himself.
ah. Warrant yung arrest ng
Talaga.
lawyer yun.
But
There's no substitution. In other words.
So I'm sure you know what I'm talking about when our colleague Cesc Drilon went viral for that interview. But also after that, the other side also said na bakit pag si Sonny Trillanes sumama sa pag-arrest, pwede. Bakit pag sila hindi?
Well, the answer to that is simple. Two wrongs do not make a right. And second, what Senator Trillanes doing there? I don't think he was serving a warrant. He was there upon invitation of Senator De La Rosa to go there to accompany the people serving the warrant.
Yeah.
And he just had a copy of the
Wala
warrant.
siyang legal function
Yes.
whatsoever.
Wala siya dito.
Wala.
Wala.
I mean, pag ako sinabihan ako ni Reg na pumunta diyan, pumunta. Tapos gusto ko pumunta din ako diyan. Doesn't change the character
Hindi ba
of the
pwede,
warrant
attorney,
itself.
ang citizen's arrest?
Oh yes. Why not?
Hindi kasi
Halimbawa, habang
sinabi
may
ni Senator
ginagawa
Trillanes
continuing
kasi
crime sa
sinabi daw ni
Edlingao,
Senator
no?
Bato.
Pwede ko ba siyang
magkaroon
hulihin
ng
kay
arrest, sumama
enforcer?
siya sa pag-aresto.
Yeah. So
Kaya siya sumama.
all of this, the tragedy here is all that we've been talking about, especially the circumstances that made Senator De La Rosa worse off than he was 2 weeks ago. It was all cited in the Solicitor General's comment. You
Yeah.
can check it.
Yeah, we read
Isa-isa.
part of it.
Yes.
In fact, they used it, pati yung mga interviews niya, pati yung mga nangyari, nawala ng urgency kasi binigyan yun ng protective custody. That's what I mean. Linagay tuloy ng Solgen sa comment. And they made a very good argument in their comment because they actually used what was supplied by the other side.
Yeah. Which is why I was asking earlier, well, at least in my mind, I was curious whether he was getting the right legal advice. Because yun nga, seems to have only weakened his case, not just Duterte's case, but also...
Well, his
So,
lawyer is...
imply mo ba na dapat palitan nyo kanya lawyer?
Hindi. I'm just saying na parang...
His lawyer is Attorney Bundok.
For example, all those months and years of saying we will comply with the law, we will submit ourselves, I'm not scared of the ICC, bring it, and all of that, and then, to suddenly turn around and say something else and change your position.
I agree.
And I wonder as well if he had willingly submitted himself to the judicial process, whether that would have strengthened his case na for interim release, for example.
Yes, because all of this will also apply when the proceedings, when he's brought to the ICC will also take note of what happened.
in the lead up to his
Yes.
possible arrest and rendition.
Yes. So that's gonna affect his own petition for interim relief before that court.
Flight risk na siya yun eh.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
Dalawang
Automatic
beses na
flight
siya
risk.
nagtago eh.
Yeah, exactly.
Just unfortunate because whose purpose? I don't think it was his.
Yung Ami asked us earlier, which is that, well, she mentioned earlier that yung recent Supreme Court decision was actually responding to the March 2025 petition. Does that supersede the recent TRO petition that they filed last week? Yun ang sagot. Or the
Yun ang-
yun ang sagot. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the same GR number, so it's within the same docket. So,
Yeah. Ano pong how many times can you file an MR for a TRO petition? For an extremely urgent TRO petition?
once, the rule is once. And there's only one
one
lawyer
lang.
who filed multiple MRs that didn't get sanctioned. And it's gone. Estelito.
I was gonna say that Estelito
Oo,
Mendoza.
pinapagalitan kami pag multiple MR. Si Estelito lang dati yung mag-file ng more than once. Pero ngayon,
na-overturn
bawal
niya?
talaga. One MR.
Pero nag-work ba yung
Bawal lang.
multiple MRs? That's the question.
Si
I'm
Estelito
sorry.
Mendoza?
Nag-work ba yung multiple MRs?
Ah,
Hindi.
Parang
Hindi.
hindi din.
Hindi rin. So, hindi rin bumaliktad yung decision.
Set to all.
Pero I remember, although baka hindi na MR, yung kay Estelito Mendoza, yung PAL decision was a reverse.
Oh, yeah. It was
reversal.
reversed. Yeah.
But I don't know if that was an MR or another...
That was not even an
Filing.
MR. That was a letter.
letter.
Naging part yan
Was a
ng mga
letter.
articles against of impeachment ni former Chief Justice Corona.
Kasi we're talking about the timelines and the possibility na maging moot and academic yung case ni Bato if he's arrested and brought to the Hague before the main case is decided on or promulgated. But it just occurred to me kasi there may be other senators who may be up for arrest in future. So hindi pa siya magiging moot at least in the case of Bato.
Yes, they might actually still decide. This is all discretionary in the Supreme Court.
Apo.
What I'm describing is the case of David versus Arroyo, wherein the Supreme Court created the doctrine or re-emphasized the doctrine of capable of repetition yet evading judicial review. What does that mean? If you see a situation where you think, even if it's moot today, where you think that it will be repeated over and over again, you might want to decide it anyway,
Yeah.
even if it's moot today. David v. Arroyo.
Kahit walang actionable pa.
Yeah, it's really more of a parang kasi during that time,
Discretion.
yung kay David v. Arroyo, si GMA issuing presidential proclamations and bago makapag-decide yung Supreme Court, wini-withdraw niya. So in a way, parang medyo nainis na yung Supreme Court.
Pwedeng
Okay,
ulitin.
tutuloy pa rin namin yung decision para di mo na ulitin.
Oo.
Pero di ba, attorney, kahit wala pa naman talagang decision dun sa main case, may kaunti ka ng indicative precedent dahil dun sa pagkahuli ni Digong. Di ba? Nung last year. Tapos itong TRO na bahagi nung case ay sinagot na nila. So, parang wala namang legal impediment.
Or
Di ba? Kahit wala yung main case, it becomes practically
maybe
Let me clarify, there has never been any legal impediment at all
Yes.
because RA 9851 has been there even before we signed the Rome Treaty.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was signed by the very same senators who now seem to be surprised that it's being applied. There was never any legal impediment. Ang importante, ang duty ng mga abogado kasi ng senator was to create one. But so far, they have not been able to secure one. But the status quo is that there is no legal impediment to RA 9851.
saan?
There's a political, but not a legal.
Yeah. So, saan nanggaling itong legal defense that you need Philippine local courts warrant of arrest in order to implement an international criminal court warrant of arrest?
siyempre, mga lawyers.
Is there any basis for that?
I don't understand the argument. It's just that because I really don't understand what they mean that you need a domestic court for it. When you read 9851, malinaw ang choices ng Pilipinas. You have to choose whether you will surrender the person who is subject of the international warrant or you will instigate your own
I guess,
proceedings.
yeah, what they keep pointing to, what the defense keeps pointing to is the Bill of Rights. So in the Constitution, all of our bills of rights are protected, and I guess in that says as well that you can't be arrested at court, a domestic court issues your warrant, right? So I guess pinagsama pinagbangga yung
Well,
dalawang.
They have to be consistent. They have to either say that the statute applies or it doesn't. They have to be able to say that para to a third party listening. They have to be consistent in saying that okay, we are arguing using the Bill of Rights and not 51. So far kasi I'm getting confused kung ano yung talagang statutory or constitutional basis ng kanilang argument. They have to be consistent with that. Lalo na kung mag-oral argument yung kaso na to, igigrill ka talaga ng justices doon.
Pero di ba,
Saka
attorney,
nireject
kung
na ng
ikaw ay
Supreme
abogado,
Court,
kahit walang
That's a
chance
Philippine
Malay mo yung
Supreme
sa
Court.
main, baka mag-oral sila, di ba? And that would be
Nireject na Supreme Court
Pero di ba, attorney-
TRO mo for an arrest warrant. TRO on your arrest warrant. Korte na yung nagsabi niyan. That's the highest court of the land.
You know, Amy has a very good point there, and I just realized it. Tama po yung argument
Diba?
niyo.
Which
yes.
Di ba?
Baka
That's
nanonood
about
yung
the arrest
soldier,
warrant.
mamaya ilagay pa niya yan. Tama.
Wait, sabi mo, Ami?
Maganda yung
No,
argument ni
it's
Amy
the
yan.
Supreme Court. You want an arrest warrant from a local court. It was your petition for a TRO on arrest warrant was rejected by the highest court of the land.
Oh.
Eh, di
In
local
essence,
court
it
yun.
undercuts. Yeah, tama po kayo. Kasi that's a very strong point with respect to the due process argument. You already had so much due process because out of the
Yeah.
100 million
Supreme Court
Filipinos,
na yan eh.
Supreme Court pa ang pumansin sa'yo.
Yeah.
Ayun. Eh kaso nga, sabi nila, hindi pwede.
Ang tawag dyan, entitlement. Pero attorney, di ba trabaho naman ng mga abogado, kahit alam nilang talo yung kaso, no? Huhugot sila ng kung ano-anong mga legal ekay
Learned ka masyado, ah.
para lahat naman kinakailangan maghanap buhay kahit naman mga abogado eh. Di ba, attorney? So,
Ito
sabihin nila sa kliyente,
A little bit.
sabihin nila sa
Okay, I have
kliyente,
to
oh,
push
may
back
chance
on
na to.
that a little
May
bit
chance na
because
to.
the
Di ba?
revised Code of Professional Responsibility was updated a few years ago by the Supreme Court under Chief Justice and Justice Singh. And meron na doong new requirement that we have to do it within certain bounds. And in fact, the signature of a lawyer in a pleading now comes, and the Chief Justice went on so many lectures about this. A signature on a pleading now comes with a guarantee by that lawyer that your arguments are well thought of, you yourself believe they're meritorious, everything else. So, may konting limitation na yan ngayon. So, hindi naman pwedeng, kaya nga ako medyo, let's stick to what the laws really says kasi may regulation na yung Supreme Court about that. No?
Pero ano bang naparusahan, attorney? Na-disbar,
May mga
suspend,
may mga
batay dyan?
pending, I think, ngayon, but hindi pa naman napaparusahan ng sobra.
But
Yung-
attorney,
yung-
don't all
Although
lawyers say
finality,
that
may
all my
mga
arguments
pending
are
about it.
meritorious and I believe in them.
Talaga very
Pwede
jaded.
ba itago ng abogado yung kliyente?
Dapat
Kung
hindi.
wanted yung kliyente.
Dapat hindi. Because we are still officers of the court.
Yeah.
We are
Yeah.
officers of the court. We are not guns for hire.
But-
right? There is a
Oh.
code of ethics for lawyers. We are officers of the court. That's why the Supreme Court is cracking the whip on several lawyers already.
But coming back to how we started the conversation, because you wrote an article saying that the senators who helped Bato escape may themselves have to face accountability. Anong mga kaso doon that you can see? What could they be liable for?
Well, the ombudsman has already made several pronouncements
Yeah.
about those liabilities, include obstruction for one, right? And certain PDs. Now, I don't want to preempt the ombudsman's investigation anymore because that's their discretion. But certain presidential decrees could apply. But in general, kasi the point here is that when you have a warrant, you do not have the option to comply. You have to comply, and especially if you are a lawmaker. Kasi lawmakers should be the first to comply with the laws that they made.
Yeah.
So, ganun lang yung punto de vista na ina-advocate ko na parang nanunood ang taong bayan. Hindi pwedeng pagdating sa senador, iba na yung system of laws na apply. Because if you think about it, let's think about it for a while. If hindi senador ito, would we even be having this interview or the Supreme Court involved? Di ba? Parang yun ang nakikita ng taong bayan eh. Bakit parang may special set of rules? Dapat wala. Especially if senator or powerful, dapat mas lalo mag-apply yung batas. I can't say yung ordinary law kasi wala naman talagang ordinary and special eh. Batas lang. Ganun.
Or a former PNP chief.
Yes, who was in charge of Oplan Tokhang and the
Tokhang.
memorandum double barrel.
Attorney, brass tacks, ano yung pwede ikaso dito sa mga nagbigay ng dito? Tawag doon?
Sucker.
Ng protective
Protective custody.
no? Nagpasok sa isang fugitive sa loob ng Senado, tumulong, tumakas yung fugitive na yan, no? Nag-create ng senaryo para makatakas, etc., etc., obstruction of justice. Ano mga parusa at saka penalties ang pwedeng ibigay sa kanila?
Medyo mabigat ang penalties kasi it could be, pinakamaiksi na naiisip ko is 1 year but it can go as high as 6 up to 12 depende
6
sa mga
years.
aggravating circumstances. Of course, all of this is, we call a sliding scale of penalties kasi ito eh. But the range is huge because precisely there are multiple provisions of law involved here. And kaya nga sabi ko dapat bago nila ginawa yun, dapat medyo nabigyan ng medyo clear na. Ito yung, boss, ito yung risks natin dyan. Especially since we're doing this under the cameras. We're not doing it behind closed doors. So, legal liability is mataas. Taas.
Gusto lang naman kasi yung leadership change sa Senado.
Was it worth it though?
Yun yung priority eh. And they got the object.
That's $1 million question, attorney. Was it worth it?
Yeah.
Was it worth it though? The damage to the
For how long?
institution, the damage to the
And
rule
for
of
how
law.
long? And for how long
Now
will...
the damage to Senator Bato himself was it worth it?
Yeah.
Sir, the damage to the institution is more... I mean,
They're that concerned.
we hark back to, ikaw matanda mo na, some of us hark back to a time when you had the Salongas and all that, and Rocos,
Panyadas,
and the Tañadas, and
Pepe Jokno, di ba?
Nagre-reference sila earlier in the show about as the Senate of years past and how different it is from the Senate now.
And
Si Ami
now
and si
how do
Ed.
people look at the institution of the Senate now?
It's like a mafia organization now.
Yeah, well, I have to agree based on what you're seeing online, and then we have some political analysts coming in that based on their latest studies, tumataas pa yung House of Representatives sa Senate. Like I mentioned before,
After the
I
flood
worked in
control
the
scandal.
Senate of senators years ago, decades ago. And that was the time of the Elder Angara. And yeah, inabutan ko din yung mga binanggit yung senator. So, but, malaki nga yung sakit na makita na ganun ng reaction ng publiko today. There's still a path back, right? That's why it's very important for the institution to recalibrate. Recalibrate nyo. Hindi naman kailangan lahat tayo tumalon sa bangin na yan eh. We swore an oath to protect this institution. The institution has to be greater than any one of us.
Yeah.
Pero what should we do, attorney? Dahil
Natanong ko na yun.
you have 4 senators involved or may cases ng plunder. You have 2 senators na merong kaso ng crimes against humanity. You have 3 or 4 senators na may mga problema sa kanilang pamilya, na may mga kaso, na may kaso. So, how do you save the institution with such a majority of senators na tainted at may malinaw na skeletons in their closets?
Well, that's why it's, to me, as a voter, as a person, and as a father, that's why it's very important that we go back to what the law actually says, enforce accountability, and let the dice fall where it may. Because it is what it is. Kung implicated ka sa lahat ng mga sinabi ninyo, then it is what it is. Then, from the pieces of what will be left, then we will have to rise again. Kasi nandyan na yan eh.
That is...
So we just have to implement the law fairly, even among senators, and then from the ashes, rise again. Kasi nandiyan na yan. We just have to push for accountability even more.
That is very profound. But
Glass half full.
Ano kaya
ako yung glass half full.
Glass half full.
Ano kaya mangyari doon sa Blue Ribbon Report ni Lacson?
Wala na. But,
Hindi, binigay na yun binigay na yun sa ombudsman.
Yeah.
It has been received by the ombudsman and it's being used by the ombudsman to develop cases. Ang tanong ngayon, ano mangyayari sa Blue Ribbon under Senator Pia
yeah.
Cayetano? Dati na niyang hinandle yan. Although, parang wala akong matandaan na maiksi lang yata kasi yung pag-upo niya.
May hinabol pa eh.
Wala rin ako matandaan, Ami.
kayo talaga, but last question, we have to wrap up.
Maiksi lang yun eh.
Attorney Molo, De La Rosa, fugitive or not? Kasi kahapon, I know the
Yeah,
DOJ, I know the DOJ says he's a fugitive, but yesterday we spoke to Justice, former Associate Justice Azcuna, and he says hindi pa, not yet. He's not a fugitive.
He's wanted but
Bakit
not
daw?
a fugitive daw.
I'm interested. Why would he say he's hindi pa? Ano pa hinihintay niya? I mean,
Dahil
he's a
sinabi ni
fugitive.
Justice Carpio.
So
Because
again, there
he is
are
a fugitive.
baselines in law, right? Him being a fugitive is not subject to my legal opinion. It's actually one of those facts determined by the law. Is
Yeah.
there a warrant?
I forgot
Is
this.
he subject to an...
Hindi, sabi niya, hanggat hindi pa daw nasisettle ng Supreme Court yung issue
Main issue.
The main
on
issue.
that has
ICC jurisdiction.
no, we'll have to, with all due respect to justice, that does not determine the status of a person whether or not he's a fugitive.
Yes, kinontra rin attorney ni Justice Carpio. Yung
Yeah.
position ni...
Yung pagiging fugitive
Justice
ng tao is based on facts, not on my personal opinion.
Legal opinions.
Right?
Okay. And on that note, we'll leave the conversation there. I'm sorry we took up more of your time than we had told
No
you,
problem.
but that was an interesting conversation. Thanks so much for joining us
Thank
today,
you, sir.
StoryCon, Attorney John Molo, P. Law, Senior Professor of Constitutional Law.
Salamat, attorney.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Professor.
Attorney.
Salamat.
Parang tayo, nung si Kibuloy, pinag-uusapan natin yung fugitive o hindi. Di ba? Doon tayo
But there was a... Medyo iba din yung kaso ni Kibuloy back then because...
No, may arrest warrant na siya.
May arrest, hinahanap na siya. There was a manhunt on, but his defense lawyer also said he was not a fugitive.
Because they still have a pending
Motion. Petition. Yes,
an
correct.
appeal.
Challenging the case.
Although
Challenging
the first appeal was rejected by the court, but
correct.
they filed a motion for reconsideration.
Correct.
But in the meantime, that there's no decision on that, then he's a fugitive.
Hindi pa rin kayo learned.
And also, the argument being proposed, he's not hiding.
Yes. Same as when we talked
He's
to...
just unavailable.
Oh. But it's the same as when Bato went missing for 6 months, right? We kept asking the senators, lawmakers, etc., where he was. And they all say he's not in hiding. He's just not available.
But yeah, but
Yan din yung sinabi
on
ng
the
Attorney
other hand din kasi, wala pang public arrest warrant noon. Nung hindi pa to. So,
It was just like unsealed.
Parang meron, hindi lang siya pinapublicize.
because-
Meron na.
Dahil nga, an arrest warrant should not be publicized.
It's secret, yeah.
yeah, but the fact is that there's nothing to show anybody. And
Hindi, dapat ang may kopya nun, yung arresting officer.
Yes.
Na sinabi ni Boying nun eh. Di ba? Si Boying nagsabi nung una
Siya yung pahamak.
Tapos, nung the day na
Siya yung
pagkasabi
kaya
niya,
nagtago dahil sa kanya.
Exactly, siya yung
that was November 6. November 6, November 7, nagtago na si Bato.
We have to end now. Thanks so much for joining StoryCon today. I'm Pumintuan, Editor-in-Chief of the Philippine Star, Ronald Llamas, our resident political pahamak. Join us again tomorrow at 4 p.m. for StoryCon. I'm Regina.
Hindi makatakas.
I'm Ed Lingaw. Everyone you saw sides all the time.
This is the Story Conference Group or the StoryCon Group.